Fish are a popular source of protein and white meat, among other rare nutrients. The number of people feeding on fish is increasing while the natural sources of fish supply are diminishing. There is a widening gap between fish supply and demand. Ugandan government tried to restock freshwater bodies at a tune of 8 billion Uganda shillings, but the demand has never reduced. Robert Semwogerere is a fish farmer who says the restocking contract is a signal of wealth to fish farmers.
This contract did not stop. Government is going to continuously fund restocking of fish in freshwater bodies. So, if you are in the fish project, fish farming, you are into the right business. Secondly, the scarcity with which fish is got now portends a challenge. And as a solution, we the farmers come in to fill that gap. So it is a worthwhile venture.
Semwogerere says fish farming is a paying venture. Don't get cowed with initial capital into fish rearing, nor academic teachings about fish rearing. If you are near wetland, you are ready to go. Start by digging a pond, not too deep. That is what he is doing and getting money out of it.
Now, if you are an ordinary farmer, not a very rich farmer, if you go into a very deep pond, you will not be able to harvest it in it. You may find that you need a boat to sit in it and harvest. But if you are going to do simple fish farming, then you need areas, heights that can be managed by people standing and walking in the fish pond on the edges as they pull the fishing nets, and then they get out the mature ones and leave the young ones in the fish pond. That's why it is important that you have at least 1 foot on the shallow end and at least 3 to 4 feet on the deeper end of the fish pond. That allows for rapid exercises and easy fishing.
Getting fingerlings, the young fish, is not hard at all. They are available at a range of 70 Uganda shillings to 200 shillings from authorized dealers across the country. You only need their contact. Before bringing in fingerlings to your pond, you need to fertilize it.
Now focus on the other.
It allows for growth and multiplication of foodstuffs, natural foodstuffs like worms, like a small micro bacteria or micro insects that we may not see easily with our eyes, but the fish will see. These are additional supplies to the fish foods. Outside that, then we can get fish food, we mix. And when you're mixing food, surprisingly, you would get to know that fish eat fish. So you get the silver fish, you pound it and turn it into soluble materials, and you mix it with the maize bran and the other ingredients, and you give them. You pour on the fish pond. If you don't want to do that, and you want to be sure that whatever has been produced is going to be eaten, not going to disappear away, you can decide to do your ingredients, the fish, the maize bran or maize flour, the soya bean, the salt. You mix them.
Feeding can be supplemented between manufactured feeds and local feeds using household remains. Use of insects harvested at night using lights boosts the proteins in fish diets. You need to feed your fish well to avoid stunted growth that will affect price.
When your birds die because of diseases or attacks, because sometimes cocks fight each other and they kill each other, or when you slaughter chicken for supply, the offals are wastage. If you are doing fish farming, then you have got additional supplies to their food, and these fish will grow faster and bring you more money within a short time, 8 to 1 year.
The biggest challenge perhaps is predators, particularly human predators. But for snakes and frogs, using boiled eggs placed around the pond plays a good role as natural poison to snakes, as they can't digest boiled eggs once swallowed. Though mature fish can fertilize themselves in the pond and reproduce, it is not recommended to keep the young ones or allow mature fish to reproduce, as young ones will be eaten.
Fish can be eaten by predators when they are young, but when they grow, they also now eat. The hunter becomes hunted. The hunted. When we are starting, we normally start with protection against snakes, against frogs. Later on, as the fish grow, we remove the barriers, the protective barriers are removed, so that anything that falls in the fish pond becomes additional ingredients for the fish.
There is a ready market for fish, but don't wait for your fish to mature to start looking for market, as fish reared in ponds is highly perishable. Book with fish processing companies for high returns.
Open contacts with the fish exporters, and then they see where you do your fish from, then they monitor your fish, and then they come with their code rooms and they measure and they take your fish. One that people need to know is that unlike the fish which is got from the lake, fish from the water bodies, like the ones we create, is very delicate, and it is highly twice as perishable as the fish from the lake. So any delays once it has been harvested may lead to perishable to catastrophic results when the fish goes bad. So you only harvest when you have a market.
Bwire has only one appeal to those living near wetlands.
If you are living near wetland, you should desist from being the bad person who the Bible talks about, who was given the money and kept it under the bed and become the one who got the dinar and decided to use it, and it multiplied. Because when God judgment day comes and God knows that you were near the wetland and you never changed your life economically, socially, then you will be cast and you will be judged harshly. So it's time to go and use the wetlands, but use them sustainably.
Yes, fish farming is a way for sustainably making millions of shillings throughout the year. Bwire, WBS Smart Farming.